Your EV refuses to charge and you're staring at a blinking light. Panic mode. Stay calm. Most charging failures are fixable in minutes, but a few are emergencies. This video walks you through a fast step-by-step diagnosis to get your EV charging again. I'll show you what to check in the first 90 seconds, what to test next if that fails, and the exact numbers, voltages, currents, and error signs that tell you whether it's a simple connector problem or a real electrical fault. We'll connect each step logically. You'll see the cause, then the but that explains the catch, then the fix, so you don't waste time or make the problem worse. Quick 90-second triage. Do this first. Visual and app checks. The fastest wins. Look at the charger and your car's dashboard at the same time. Look at the charger and your car's dashboard at the same time. Most chargers show status LEDs and an app will show a specific error code. If the charger says available but the car shows no charge, you're in the handshake problem. But handshake problems can be caused by something tiny like a blocked RFID or a mismatched cable. So don't jump to a breaker yet. Try this step by step. Unplug the connector, wait 5 seconds, reset it firmly until it clicks. If it starts, you are likely facing poor contact or an interlock issue. Try a different charger or a different cable if you can. If other chargers work, the original EVSE or cable is suspect. Check the charger app or green screen code. If it said like GFCI fault, handshake error, no authorization, note code, it guides the next move. The 10-point diagnosis if the quick triage didn't fix it. First, authorization and payment. Check the charger's authorization method, RFID tag, app, or credit. Many public stalls won't allow charging without a valid session. But drivers often forget they need to start session in the app, or the RFID card has to be re-registered. Small steps that look like a big faults. Second, connector and cable health. Inspect the connector for the bent pins, dirt, or water. For AC type 2, like J772, check the latch and the pilot pin. For CCS, check both control pilot pins and the power pins. But internal contact corrosion can be invisible. If the connector smells hot or show burns mark, stop and report it to the operator. Third, 12-volt system check. Many EVs will refuse to charge if the 12-volt battery is flat. It should be around 12 volts at rest. Anything below that might be risky. If the car won't wake its contactors because the 12 volt is low, charging may not start. But a healthy high voltage pack can't help if the 12 volt supply that runs control electronics is dead. That's why 12 volt matters more than people think. 4. In-car settings and locks. Check if the car is charging locked by valet mode, if the charge port is mechanically blocked, or if a software update paused charging. Some cars have a charge enable toggle in the app. But owners sometimes forget simple toggles. Always check the car's manual or app status before calling a tow. 5. EVSE or breaker and GFCI or RCD. At home, check the breaker and the GFCI for trips. For level 2 common breakers are 32 amps or 40 amp circuits. If the breaker trips as soon as you start a charge, there may be a leakage current or short. But tripped ground fault devices are also safety devices preventing electrocution. If one trips repeatedly, don't keep resetting it. It means there's a persistent fault. 6. AC versus DC differences. If AC charging works and DC fast charging fails, suspect the DC inlet, CCS communication, or the DC converter. DC systems have different safety chains. Fast chargers negotiate more complex states before delivering power. But if DC fails and AC works, you can still limp along for local driving. Use AC and plan a service appointment. 7. Error codes and logs. Write down exact error messages and timestamps. Public networks and manufacturers track these logs and can tell you whether it was a grid event, a charger firmware bug, or a vehicle communication error. But don't expect real-time answers from some networks. Record everything and escalate with the operator. 8. Temperature and environment. Batteries and chargers have safe temperature windows. If it's very cold or very hot, charging can be blocked or throttled. A car may refuse full charge below certain battery temperature to prevent damage. But modern EVs often precondition the battery for charging. If you can start preconditioning and wait 10 to 20 minutes, many temperature blocks clear. 9. Contactors and audible clicks. When you plug in, listen for the contactor click in. When you plug in, listen for the contactor click in the car. Mechanical relay sound. That's the high voltage system closing. No clicks often means the vehicle didn't enable high voltage. But a click followed by immediate breaker trip suggests a short after the contactor. Stop and call service. 10. Payment, grid, and operator outages. Sometimes entire charging networks have outages or specific station problems. Check network status pages or Twitter feeds. If multiple chargers at the site are down, it's not your car, but site outages can be intermittent. If you must go, find another station before staying stranded. If you smell burning, see smoke, or the connector is hot to the touch, step away and call emergency services and the station operators. Do not attempt to force a connector or continue trying resets. But many failures are non-emergency. Overheated connectors and sparks are exceptions, not the rule. Common specific failure patterns and what they mean. Car shows charging paused with no error. Usually a thermal or BMS logic triggered. Precondition the battery, reduce ambient load, and try again. But if it repeats at the same state of charge, it may indicate a failing cell or BMS limiting current. Time for dealer diagnostics. Car shows GFCI or earth fault, often a ground leakage on the station or the vehicle. Try a different station. If it occurs everywhere, your car needs service. Operators can run insulation tests, but repeated GFCI trips mean a real insulation issue. Don't ignore it. Charger not recognized or handshake failed. Usually communication or pilot signal or software mismatch. Try restarting the charger app and vehicle or try a different charger. Firmware mismatches happen occasionally on both EVSE and car firmware updates. But persistent handshake failures after updates sometimes require a software patch from the manufacturer. Want to tell roadside assistance or the dealer? What to tell roadside assistance or the dealer? Give them the exact error text, time, charger ID, your car's VIN number, recent software updates, and the steps you already tried. That speeds diagnosis. If it's a warranty issue, the manufacturer log will often show the root cause once they pull the car's event recorder. But be patient. Some problems need on-site testing by trained technicians or towed to a service center. Preventive checklist to avoid future stops. Keep the charge port and cable clean and dry. Maintain the 12-volt battery and replace when voltage drops regularly. Use reputable public networks and report damaged equipment. Schedule dealer service for recurring errors instead of patching over them. Most EV won't charge problems are either authorization issues, poor connector contact, a flat 12-volt supply, or a charger network hiccup. Quick checks often fix them, but repeated trips, smoke, or hot connectors are serious and require professional attention. Use the 90-second triage first and then follow the 10-point diagnosis. Record errors, try a different charger, check 12-volt, and don't hesitate to escalate with logs and timestamps.